not need to be the most powerful person in the room to be the most effective. You do not need to even know what is the right answer to be remarkably effective as a leader. One of the best ways you can foster a good meeting and get the group to come up to great decisions that they're really committed to is to make sure that each person is heard. And one of the ways to do that is to simply ask at the outset, may I facilitate? And even if you're not the most senior person, you could be the most junior, they may very well say yes, as long as they trust you, as long as they feel you can fairly do that. And so you might want to ask, do they? And if they do, you can say, let me suggest a discussion ground rule. And one of the more effective discussion ground rules is to say, let's listen to each other in turn. Can we agree not to interrupt and just go around and hear each other? And that will assure that even the quiet ones talk. The talkers will listen. Everyone will feel respected. And studies find that even if people don't get what they want at such meetings, having been truly heard, they tend to be more committed, more bought in to the result. And the results tend to be more incisive and wise because everyone has heard each other. That's a great twofer, and you do it in just a matter of moments. And what do you know? You're influencing and guiding others even when you're not the most powerful person in the room. So, if you're following along on the outline, let's add it all up. Roman numeral 6, what this means is that if you take your ability to focus on interests and combine it with your ability to listen effectively and get others to listen well, well, there's a word for that. It's called leadership. I've seen some of the power of this process leadership myself. I'm a trained mediator, and I've mediated a variety of disputes between all sorts of people, landlords and tenants, noisy neighbors, families in distress, business people, and twice in my work as a mediator between wives and their husbands' mistresses. Next on Oprah. And to my amazement, they resolved it. They actually wound up shaking hands and wishing each other well. Now, it wasn't my wisdom or knowledge that saved the day. It was the process, the ability to get them to listen in ways you would never think that people who are on the outs in extreme situations could ever do that. The process has a power all its own, which may explain how you can indeed win a Nobel Prize brokering a peace accord such as the Camp David talks, and why right now in your group, if you're experiencing friction or dysfunction or frustration, it may be not that anyone's a problem or that anyone's a Godzilla or that you're a problem, but the group may simply need a little more encouragement to listen to each other's interests. You now know how to do that. So my challenge is to encourage them to do that, to set a discussion ground rule, and also to evoke from them a discussion about what is your concern here? What is your concern? What are your needs? Help us understand them better. Then let's get creative. And that's the essence of what process leadership is all about.